Okay, gentlemen, ladies, we'll start the remaining thing. As I said, that few of the slides they are there, but again they are for the extensive SMS training, which may not be quite beneficial for you at this point of time. So what we discussed right now, it was even you can say that 80% of the things we discussed, and more than that, what was required for you. And as they were important, I feel that either today or tomorrow you will be exposed to those areas. So it's better that I'll have a glimpse of that, and in the subsequent training, it will be easy for you to catch hold of the things or to get more on those aspects. So right now, what I feel that remaining things we will cover it up. Before that, just yesterday we skipped some video. In one of the video, I'll show that it is quite an interesting video. There was even a picture by name Suli. I hope yes, it is on the pilot's name. The Chesley Sully, he was captaining that aircraft of the US 1549. It was due to a bird strike, it was forced to land on the Hudson River. And there is a movie also, if some of you might have seen that, it's fine. Otherwise, a quite interesting and episode in the aviation safety. And just we will go through that short video, and thereafter we will finish those remaining slides, few of the important ones, what is left. So I'll just go for the presentation of that video. As said, please bear with me. Uh, this what I have been talking about. It landed on Hudson River. This was an US flight 1549, was a regularly scheduled US Airways flight from New York City's uh, airport to Seattle in the United States. That happened on 15th of Jan 2009. The Airbus 320 aircraft serving the flight struck a flock of birds shortly after takeoff from the airport, losing all engine power. Given their position in relation to the available airports and their low altitude, the pilot, that is the very famous pilot of the Indian aviation, and he has been accredited with many of the flights which he did it in a very harshly, or you can say challenging conditions, and he is considered one of the best captain in the world. Chesley Sully Sullenberg and Jeffrey Skiles, because decided to glide the plane to ditching on the Hudson River near Midtown Manhattan. All the 155 people on board were rescued by nearby boats with no deaths and few injuries. The time from the body strike to the ditching was less than 4 minutes. So there were a lot of controversies on this in the aviation arena when this investigation started, because like the traffic controllers, airport, you can say investigating bodies, aviation specialists, they were all trying to blame the Captain Sully and his co-pilot Jeffrey, because they thought that when the bird strike took place and they had enough time to revert back and land at the airport from where they started. But again, it was the captain's judicious decision. And finally, when the investigation closed, people they came to know that yes, that was the time the Captain Sully or his co-pilot they took the decision. Had they, you can say, tried to come back to the airport, the aircraft could have landed in a civil area with more fatalities or even the death of the passengers. So it was their, you can say, very judicious decision that they decided to land in the Hudson River, though it was not accepted initially, but they could save the life of the passengers, those who were on board, and they could minimize or even resulted in nil damage to the society or to the outside world. So just we'll go through this interesting video and thereafter we will go for the slides.
Looked like the airplane was going right for.
January 2009.
Yeah, I think it was just covered about the slide thing. I'll just, if I'll see if I got anything slightly better. It is a 2-minute video.
49, runway 4, clear for takeoff.
Sully. Sully.
Sully, we're too low.
Sully. Sully. Sully, where are you?
No one warned us. No one said you were going to lose both engines at a lower altitude than any jet in history. This was dual engine loss at 2,800 feet, followed by an immediate water landing with 155 souls on board. No one has ever trained for an incident like that.
Our job is to investigate how a plane ended up in the Hudson River.
On the Hudson.
It's not a crash, it was a forced water landing.
Simulations showed that you could make it back to the airport.
Not possible. I felt it go. My aircraft.
Your aircraft.
I want you to know I did the best I could.
Of course you did. You saved everyone.
People call you a hero.
I don't feel like a hero.
Show us your cake, super selling.
There's been too much talk in the press already.
I'm overwhelmed by all this attention.
The left engine was still operating.
What if I didn't get this wrong? What if I endangered the lives of all those passengers?
I got an A320 diving for the river. You did everything you could. It was more than enough.
When was your last drink, Captain Solberg? Have you had any troubles at home?
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
What?
Brace, brace, brace. Heads down, stay down.
There were 155 25 people on that plane. You were one of them.
Over 40 years in the air, but in the end, I'm going to be judged on 208 seconds. I need a count, passengers and crew.
Is anyone still here?
So this was one of the, you can say, very challenging job done by the Captain Sully. If you like, it's a very interesting movie. You can view it. It is available. I think that was by name Sully only. That was released in somewhere 2016 because the accident happened 2009. And it depicts that how he took the decision to land Hudson River and the risk associated with that and how he was interrogated and where the SMS again comes into play in this picture. Okay, so we'll go back to the remaining few of the slides, what is left, and then we will close that today's SMS, and then we may have a new thing or the new chapters tomorrow onwards. Let me go to the presentation. Okay, this slide we have discussed on this slide. That's the frequent, the value is given 5. It is likely to occur many times, same way occasional, unlikely, very unlikely, and almost inconceivable. So we'll not go much into the details of these slides because as I said that these are for the, you can say, higher SMS training, but just we wanted to apprise you because today's time permit. So same, it has been given here. The value is given A for this severity table. This is, so if it is catastrophic, that is mostly destroyed, hazardous, major, minor, and negligible. So their values have been given in the A, B, C, D, E. So these tables gets correlated that when finally the SMS study is done, investigated. Then earlier we saw that it was 5 was the uh, things which were occurring most or which can occur most. This slide, frequent, what we saw, frequent, 5, and last was the 1. Here we get in the catastrophic A, and last is E if it is negligible. So then it is done. I'll just show you the another slide here, that how the risk severity and the safety risk, it gets defined if it is frequent and catastrophic. So these are the area that is covered in the red. These are to be always considered, and anything related with this, they need to be immediately mitigated. Otherwise, it will land to the catastrophic or such type of hazardous accidents. These are the area of less importance. Again, they may have the latent things hidden, which can lead to further up. We will not cover that. Same, it is intolerable. How this risk 5A, 5B, 5C, then this is tolerable, this is acceptable once you do thing. So if it is acceptable, no further safety risk mitigation is required. This can be tolerated based on the safety risk mitigation. It may require management decision to accept the risk. Here you need to take immediate action. So how the management system implementation level goes, that I'll just cover this. This may be slightly of your interest. The one is the planning and organization. Second comes your basic safety management. So we'll see that how what in the planning and organization it is done. What is the basic safety management in the subsequent slides? and the third is your fully functional SMS. So once you start from here in any of the organization, if any organization they start the SMS, then go to this level, and this is the level where your SMS goes fully functional. But the last level is the optimum level where any organization or every organization shall strive to achieve that. That is your fourth level where you need a continuous improvement. This is your continuous improvement level. So that means you have already come at a plateau at this stage. You are fully there. You are following the SOP. You are on a standard path. You are not drifting. So further above how you achieve it, like last slide, if you have seen, one is the just culture, by adopting the just culture, by adopting the learning reporting. So where you're the employees, staff, management, they are well aware, they are efficient, they are knowledgeable, and they strive to bring improvement by going for minor or major changes. So this we have seen your, this is the learning and planning. It begins starting. You are committed to providing the resource for the full SMS implementation. Basic is where you develop the SMS criteria and SMS safety assurance process. Third is you become functional by implementing those things will be applied to the design system, process, organization, and services. So you implemented it, you developed it, you implemented it. Now the last comes that at this level you are monitoring your SMS and operational processes and further going for the improvement. This again slide is not of much thing, same it is there. I'll see, okay, so nothing is there. So I hope if anything, we will just see if I can view that, we can discuss that. I hope most of the important aspects of the safety management system, these two more videos are there. Again, it's all related with the same safety management system and flight safety. So not of much importance, this you can view it. So with this, I hope the slides are covered. I will see if I have got anything to discuss with you in this SMS aspect on the CR and issue. You're able to see that my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this point I'll just discuss and I'll close it. This is the CR, which deals with the SMS. That's the CR section, civil aviation, section 1, series C, part 1. So what it says that the service provider or holder specified in para 2 of the CR shall develop, establish, maintain, and adhere to a safety management system commensurate with the size, what we already discussed earlier, size and the complexity of its aviation product and services. The safety management system shall be established in accordance with the framework elements contained in this CR. So there are mainly, these are the, as I highlighted, 12 elements and 4 contents. So these 4 components are there, what, and the whole of the SMS or the manual or everything, it gets developed on these 4 criteria only. So the first is that your component is, we discuss safety policy and objective. Under safety policy and objective, it comes here, the key elements are management commitment. So that I said earlier that management commitment, it is written mostly on the front page of the safety manual, then front page of the sometimes in the camo manual, and simultaneously it is displayed at the prominent places where the organization's workforce is working, maybe in the main offices, near the entrance, in the cafeterias, and at other places where the most number of the people they visit. So if even they read 1 line or 2 line also daily or daily repeatedly they have been reading, then they come to know that what is the safety policy and the objective of the organization. So this comes the management commitment. Safety, accountability, and responsibility. So who happens by default? Accountable manager, and down the line below the accountable manager is the your what is called safety manager, SMS manager. Appointment of key safety personnel. We discussed SAR and SAGs. Coordination of emergency response planning. Here one thing is there, whether you people have read it or you discuss sometimes or someone has discussed with you. There is a called ERP. It is called emergency response planning. ERPs are generally the processes or the procedures written down, like say if any accident happens, any incident happens, say if the any aircraft is flying or at any airport, if some emergency landing happens. So there will be an ERP of that airport, that who are the stakeholders, those who will be getting the informations or those who will get activated immediately, and what will be the role of each stakeholder. Say there is an emergency landing at an airport. So the fire department, the rescue department, the person manning the rescue department, the supervisors, the managers, so all the stakeholders, they'll get if it is an automated SMS, they'll get a triggered automated SMS, or they'll get immediate call from the airport. Wherever they are there, they need to come immediately. The fire tenders or the fire persons, they'll be deployed. Then accordingly, it will be rehearsed. It is generally rehearsed, the ERPs, and it is written that what will be the role, who will do what. It is not that a confusion will be created at the scene and people, they have been fighting that you do it and I do it. So everyone has got a written down clear responsibilities that, okay, evacuation is the fire person's part. He will do the evacuation. Then somebody else next comes into the picture till the evaluation is taking place. The fire persons, they'll be responsible. If they want any assistance, they will call for the assistance. Otherwise, no one will go and disturb them. So that way it goes, and it is generally practiced. Same it goes for the airline. If any accident happens, then who gets first responsibility, like the OCC, MCC, the accountable manager, quality manager, head of engineering, head of director of operations. So who are those stakeholders who get first information and what will be their role? Then the customer care, how the a customer care will be set up, how, which are the telephone numbers which will be disclosed to public for the contact, because n number of the calls will start coming the moment it goes to the media, because Keith and Keen and the near persons, whoever has been flying, is a genuine. Everyone would like to inquire that whether they are safe, if anything has happened to them, or where they are. So all they are to be attended and they are to be given. If any fatality has happened, then at the site, who will be there, who will be coordinating with the public, who will be coordinating with the authorities, all that. That is called the emergency response planning, and it is one kind of a small manual. Then goes the SMS documentation. So ERP forms part of the SMS. Then next comes what we discussed. The second component is safety risk management. We already discussed hazard identification, safety risk assessment and mitigation. Assurance we saw, and safety assurance, yeah, I saw. And last comes the promotion, that is training and education. So with this all, we can say that there are main four components. First is that in anything you will write it so that becomes the policy. Why you are writing is your objective. So anything you are writing based on the CR or based on the other manual, you are defining your policy. But why that policy you are defining? There shall be some objective. Next comes your how you are going to manage the risk or the safety risk, and how you are getting assured that yes, whatever you have done at the above two levels, you are assured that okay, you are able to implement it, or you are getting the desired result what you wanted. And last is that how further improvement you are bringing, or you are updating yourself by training, education, and safety communication. So this is the thing. I think almost all covered.